if people are looking to catch Calendar Girls, let's flash this up on the screen. Calendar Girls. That's the reason that you are here, president of the Rights Theater. Thank you very much. That's what's currently being screened at the Rights Theater right now here in DuBois, Pennsylvania. And that's actually, I'll say this, that's why I'm wearing this shirt today. That's why I lean back. Here's my Golden Girls there shirt. It kind of feels the vibe. It's the vibe, the goofy older ladies there. So I went last night. It was a fun show. I laughed hard. There's many laughs to be had. There's very much a range of emotions. It's not just like pure comedy. It's also an interesting plot. It's and I will say, yeah, there's risque scenes, there's suggestive content, and it makes it different because it's not your typical play that you normally see around community theater on the average day. So it's a great time, but it's done with class. You know, the risque stuff's done very much with class, but it's a mature audiences only play, and I love though that you are bringing this content to the community right now. Andy, do you want to speak to the experience or something?
Yeah,
you know, what to look forward to, because it's coming up next weekend, right?
Yeah, we have 3 more performances. We just did 3 this weekend, Friday night and Saturday night, and then we just finished our matinee about an hour ago.
Yeah. You just basically left the stage of this play, the matinee, and then woo.
That's why the hair's, I'm not usually quite this gray. This silver.
Oh, I thought you were just actually kind of getting a little older. So they did a good job with the makeup. Yeah, well, you are, but I kind of thought, like, oh, he's getting a little gray there, actually, was what was going through my head.
Not that level yet. No, this is, I hope I have some time left, but as long as I keep it, I guess. I don't care what color it turns. But I have to be aged in the show to be about 25 to 30 years older than I really am. But anyway, there's a lot of people, as you saw. There's some people in the cast who have done, dozens and dozens of shows over many years, and there's also a few people, and this is their first one. It's definitely a show, with a lot of strong female roles. The men are kind of background characters, of course, but we have to be in there somewhere. But we have Lisa Rutherford, of course, who has done many shows. There's also new Lisa. We call her Lisa Witherite Rigg. She's a retired doctor, actually, a physician. This is her first show over here. They're kind of the 2 leading people, again, as you saw. There's also some other veterans, Amanda Bronze, Valerie North, Amanda Leonard, Cheryl Husted. 2 other new people. One has a pretty big role as Rachel Westbrook, and also Michaela Stankovic. They round out the females. And the men, which are people who have been on stage before, Roy Newcomb, Curtis London, Josh Alderton, and myself. Our director, Tracy Dush, has directed a couple of shows here in the past, and she's actually our administrator here in the office. She does a lot. He has the program right there. So we're always fortunate to have, old faces and new faces here. And it's as Perry mentioned, it's a comedy with some touching moments in it. And, the material does kind of cover both spectrums. There was a film it's based on from the early 2000s. I believe it was Helen Mirren was head of the cast, and Julie Walters, who I think is Mrs. Weasley in Harry Potter. I've never actually seen it, but I've heard of it. It's based on a true story about women in England, middle-aged women, I guess, in Yorkshire, who decide to raise money for their local cancer charity after one of the ladies, her husband, passes away from leukemia. And the way that they decide to raise money is to make a risque, essentially nude calendar. And of course, it becomes a sensation and takes off. And there's some unexpected things that happen, but that's the crux of the plot. It is for mature audiences. It's not a show for kids, but it's not exactly the most, raunchiest thing you'll ever see. It's good for younger adults as well.
I will quote the film. I will quote the play itself with the line. There's nude but not naked.
Yes. That's the big thing. They stress that several times. You're going to be naked in those photos, and they say nude. There's a difference.
There's a difference. Yep. But it puts a smile on your face. The film's got a way about it's cheeky throughout. It kinda. It's for most of the time. There's a cheekiness.
Right. We did okay for the first weekend, about 3/4 to 80% sold or so. Today was actually the highest so far. It was just about sold out. There was a couple empty seats, but overall it was pretty good. We seat around 165-ish, somewhere around there. We have, again, 3 more shows coming up on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening, all at 7 p.m. The 17th, 18th, and 19th. And tickets are still available. They will start to go fast now that there's only 3 left.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Andy, for kind of come on to the show. I don't want to spoil too much because this is a show coming up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You saw it. So you kind of saw you saw the whole thing, so you know how it goes. It was kind of a resolution.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I'll give, I guess, thanks to you for coming on. Shout out to Valerie North, friend of our board member friend of our board member Nikki Cherry. I know they're great friends, so shout out to Valerie North for being there playing. What was it?
Mari.
Mari? Yeah.
Marie, but they all in British, in the Anglophile, I guess, dialect, it comes out as Mari, so it becomes a whole bit that they do. But yeah, Val's Val.
And speaking of the British accent, I will say there was something particular about Amanda Leonard in the way the way she does the British accent. Very thick. It reminds me of and forgive me if I get this name a little wrong, but Oslo of Keeping Up Appearances. I don't know if anybody saw that, but the bigger guy that's kind of heavy set and kind of lazy and stuff, but it's the way that she portrays this character. It was just a funny, big, bombastic kind of British accent is kind of how I'd put that one. And she did a fantastic job with it.
She's wonderful. She's one of those people that she can put on that air so well that if you didn't know her, if you weren't from around here, you might assume that she was from the old country, so to speak, that she was from, Scotland, Ireland, somewhere in there.
Oh, that's legitimate with an accent then.
No, it's not. She's from around here, but she.
Oh, okay. For a second, you had me. Oh, see, that's a good act. He can have you fooled just given the bio, or just given the bio of the character that they're doing, I guess. Oh my word. Well, okay. Well, with that said, guys, let's give. I have a feeling on the next time we put this out here, I'm probably going to cut the first 15 minutes of this thing. Sorry, because of the echo. So let's really recap real quick, because basically what happened, if you're watching this and it just started out with Calendar Girls, thank you very much to everybody here for joining us, because we have people from Horrorween Punktoberfest. I'm going to kind of basically re-go over this a bit here, and we're going to do it quicker, all right? But we won't take 15 minutes with this. There's Ryan Cavallini from Legend Hunter Films. I appreciate you joining me. He's a special effects master of the area, makes horror flicks, and we're going to be showing them. And its date's down there, 10/19 this Saturday, coming right up. Doors open at 2, $5 at the door. It's at 393 Niagara Road in Brockway, Pennsylvania. Right below me is the owner of Fernwood Farmstead. That's the venue this is at. We've got all kinds of amenities there too. We're going to have James. Do you want to give real quick? Can you give the lowdown really fast on the various amenities that are going to be there per Fernwood Farmstead, real fast?
Sure. So I'm James from Fernwood Farmstead. We will have obviously the punk rock bands, The Wasted and Less Than Zero during the day, starting at 3 o'clock. They will run till about dusk. So some local punk bands doing their best thing out here on our beautiful stage out in the countryside. And then we will cut to screening films at dusk, about 6:30, 7 o'clock. At which point we will feature several of Ryan's Legend Hunter's films productions. So we have 3 films that I'm sure he's going to talk about here shortly, and one of his shorts, and a number of films that the NAFCo has taken in from submissions, some shorts in between. So about a total of almost 6 hours of film from the time that we start running, about 7 till almost probably until 11 o'clock midnight or so. So it'll be a full night of entertainment, and we're going to have fires out here. There will be activities for people to participate in. Everyone is encouraged to dress up and to wear their best costumes. There will be a kind of a rough costume contest that we'll have out here as well. We'll also have the killer artists, who are some local cosplay artists who will be dressing up as Pennywise and Ghostface from Scream, and as well as Beetlejuice and some other characters, so everybody can take their pictures with them, all that kind of fun stuff. So really a pretty creative, fun night.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, and you can bet our butts. You can see our smiling faces there, and we're gonna have. Did you touch upon the cider place there again?
We'll also, yes, that's a good point. We'll also have food by Billiams food truck. So Billiams Good Eats will be offering their sandwiches and great food for everybody, and we'll also have Punk's Cider Works out of Punxsutawney. Featuring their various ciders. They have non-alcoholic ciders as well as alcoholic ciders and wines that they'll be offering. So a little taste of the harvest that they're sharing with us. So it'll be really a great place to come out and get something to eat and enjoy the whole evening.
And so also the when you're with the killer artists, they're taking pictures, and they have backdrops and everything that they're going to put up on like an old wagon that they're using as like this hoister device basically. And then so it's got this mixture of the modern and rustic all there. You got the punk but farm, all kind of in horror, and just a horror on the farm kind of works too, just as a general background, doesn't it? Absolutely. You probably feel afraid to go to sleep at night at your place in October, I'm sure, James. But I was also going to say too, craft vendors should be there as well. A lot of people like to come out for craft vendors, so I just want to mention craft vendors should be there as well. Local craft makers too. Everything is just local the whole way through, and that's why we call this show the SPR Hype Show, because that's kind of the focus too. Is just this region of Western Pennsylvania. So. With that said, is there any other points people want to get across? What shows here? One little thing. What's the next show coming up too after Calendar Girls, which is this weekend? I think there's shows at 7 o'clock this Thursday, 7 o'clock Friday, 7 o'clock this Saturday. Yes, okay. If you really like Calendar Girls, you really want to go see it Thursday and then Friday or Friday. You can see it twice, and then come out Saturday and come see Horrorween Punktoberfest. That's my pitch to anybody watching this show. But Andy, so what's your play after that? What's the show?
The next show, the last one of our season for this year, is High School Musical Junior. So what that'll be is, of course, we all know what High School Musical is. It'll be all high school, middle school and high school kids. So 12 to 18, 10 to 18, something like that. And those always sell quickly too when there's kids involved. So the tickets for that will be on sale, I believe, November 5th.
Cool. Well, looking forward to it, and I think. It's great that you guys keep doing what you do, and I appreciate you coming on the show on a regular basis and taking an interest on being on the show. Because you, at one point when I was still trying to sell into my new day job over at Bigfoot Country 102.1 FM. Love My Bigfoot, all at one word, on Facebook and Instagram if you want to check that, or lovemybigfoot.com if anybody feels like checking my stuff out on my day job. But thank you for your patience, Andy, and sticking around. Because I did come back out on the back end of getting myself used to a new lifestyle. And thank you very much, Ryan, for joining us from Legend Hunter Films. Gonna have his art. His art will be playing tonight, or not tonight, Saturday night, Horrorween Punktoberfest. That's what we do when the stage basically the bands will go out, the Wasted and Less Than Zero go out 3 p.m. Then at dusk, we flip the stage into a cinema, from a musical stage into a cinema. Ryan's films are featured, plus we got films from Film Freeway also featured coming in. Those are going to be shorts. Pretty much what to expect is horror flicks from Ryan, and then there's some little shorts just mixed in of just artists, just hard indie art horror flicks is what to expect. And some of those shorts will make you laugh too, so there's something to look forward to as well. All right, any last words from anybody? I think that might be about it. I'll say, hey, if anybody sees this and they think, hey, I'll sponsor us. I like to patron the arts, and I like to patron people participating in the arts. NAFCo, we're the Northern Appalachian Film Collective. We're the people putting on this show, and we're a nonprofit based out of DuBois, Pennsylvania, and feel free to sponsor us. We like to have sponsors for our events. If you sponsor this, you can end up sponsored also for things like Horrorween Punktoberfest, where there's a physical crowd actually out there. So we're not just a digital presence; we're also a physical presence. So, ta-da. And Andy, where do you go to get tickets to the Rights Theater, by the way?
I guess I should have mentioned that. You can go on our website, rightstheater.com. That's probably the most common way to do it. But you can also get them in person at our box office here, which is where I am right now, actually. It'll be open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this coming week from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're also available at Ace Hardware here in DuBois. And then
which is the funniest... I had to interrupt you, sorry.
I love Ace Hardware, but like I don't know how that ever... Somewhere, I think years ago, they just started putting them there. They had a good partnership or a good relationship with the people there, and it's just been something they've done for a long time. We do sell some tickets out of there. I don't know the answer to how that got started. People have asked me that. They said, why do you get them at Ace Hardware? And I said, I don't know. It's just they offered to help us sell them, I guess. But you can also call 814-375-4274 if you want to do it via phone.
So the Ace Hardware thing is a gem. That's just a local yokel gem of that. The first time I heard about your play, the first play I ever went to at the Rights, I heard, oh, you can buy it at Ace Hardware, and that's where I bought it, because I was like, I gotta see this. I gotta see this.
People will do it. Yeah, I really don't know what the origin story is, but they've helped us out many times. So.
And I read it on the air because you guys are a nonprofit as well. We read your stuff when I'm just saying in my day job as a DJ. I love reading that copy too, just like, and also the Ace Hardware. Sometimes I comment, sometimes I make little comments, and oddly enough, also the Ace Hardware and DuBois, by the way, kind of something like that, I might say. But and Ryan, where can people access your content? If people want to either access their content, like buy your DVDs, can people do stuff like that with you?
Actually,
I know at one point you had.
A lot of our stuff's available right on Tubi right now, or Amazon. If you want physical copies, just go to legendhorrorfilms.com, and we have them on DVD and Blu-ray right now. But I mean, if you just feel like going on Tubi, you can watch right on there, most of them.
Okay, awesome. And I'm sure some of the stuff, though, that we're playing tonight, you probably can't check all out online. So come on over to our show, Horrorween Punktoberfest. Here's our names again one last time and stuff, places we represent. And I don't think I have too many other points to make. Oh, NAFCo.org. You can check out NAFCo.org. That's our website. You can see a full flyer there. And we have our Facebook community as well. That's NAFCo. What was it? NAFCo Film Collective. NAFCO Film Collective. That's our public Facebook group if anybody wants to join us there. But until next time, I think we're ready to say toodaloo. I don't know. I should actually give that like a aw or something. Damn, I can't find it. Okay, baby crying. There we go. I couldn't find the button. This thing's complicated. So I haven't streamed in a couple months. I will say that. So sorry about the first 15 minutes, guys. We did enough of the re-record there. And I'll say this will be in it. That's what's going to be in there. But I appreciate you all spending your time on your precious Sunday evenings to be with me and NAFCo tonight to put this out there. All right? And have a great day, everybody. Come on to the show. Saturday, October 19th. 2 p.m. doors open, $5 at the door. It should be fun for all.